Feeling the chill in Cape Coral's real estate market? November's here and the game has changed. While homes for sale are starting to pile up, buyers are pulling back, caught in the crosswinds of rising interest rates and pre-election uncertainty casting a shadow. Buyers are feeling hesitant, waiting on the sidelines to see what happens next. For sellers, understanding how these dynamics impact pricing and competition is absolutely crucial. Let's dive into the details of this month's market and what it means for your real estate goals here in Cape Coral, Florida. Welcome in, I'm Cessna, your Cape Coral real estate agent, and if you're ready to explore which neighborhood might be the best fit for you, I'm here to help. I have people just like you reaching out to me every week to help them with their next move, whether it's buying, selling, or relocating to Cape Coral. Let's chat about your specific needs. You can book a call with me directly with the Zoom link in the description. You can also text, call, or email anytime. All my information is listed below. I'm excited to help make your move to Cape Coral as smooth as possible. Okay, let's dive right into the market report. Welcome to the Cape Coral market update for November 2024. We're going to take a look back at the month of October 2024, the last 30 days. We're going to compare that 90 days back to July 2024. We're going to go back an entire year to October 2023. This is going to give us a great indication of what's happening in the market, where we've come from, and looking at trends heading forward. Got a lot of great information to cover, so let's go ahead and get started. First up is key indicators. How do we know what's happening in the market and what that means to you and I? We look at inventory. How many homes are currently available on the market? Median price point. What are homes actually selling for? Median price point means 50% of the homes are selling above this amount, 50% are selling below this amount. Days on the market. How many days are homes sitting on the market until they go under contract? Closed sales. How many sales did we have in the 30-day periods that we're going to be looking at? That's an indicator of demand. So let's jump into it. Active inventory. Currently in October 2024, we have 2,694 homes available here in the city of Cape Coral. This is single family homes. July 2024, we had 2,603 homes available. And October 2023, we had 2,222 homes available. Now looking at the chart down here, as you remember, last spring we were really ramping up our inventory. A lot of homes went on the market in preparation for season. And so we topped out right around 2,900 homes available in the month of March and May. It was a pretty high number, highest we've seen in the last several years. What I like to see is somewhere around 2,400 to 2,500 homes available on the market for our market here in the city of Cape Coral. Right now we did start to drift downwards as we went into the fall months. August, September, and October, we started to jump back up again. Now this is two reasons. Number one, people are preparing for season, so we do start to see homes go back on the market this time of year in preparation for the snowbirds coming down, planning their winter escapes. And then also, we didn't have a lot of sales in the month of September or October. So as the sales start to shrink, the inventory starts to increase. Now we have about 100 homes higher in the month of October, ending October, than we did ending the month of September. We were just under 2,600. Now we're sitting at 2,694 homes available. Median price point. What's happening with the prices? More inventory, lower prices, right? Not exactly. October 2024, our median price point was $395,000. July 2024, $389,000, and October 2023, $397,000. So as you can see by the chart here, as we get into the spring months, the snowbirds are here, February, March, April, our prices do start to jump a little bit, and then they started to trickle back down as we went through the summer. Now we did see a slight increase to $395 here for October 2024. Is that an indicator that prices are starting to go up? I don't believe so. I believe that we're still going to stay pretty neutral. Like we've been talking about for many, many months now, the prices are going up and down, but they're not dropping substantially like people have often wished or hoped or believed they would. In fact, at $395 compared to $397 last year, we're sitting exactly even. So let's jump forward into days on the market. How many days are homes sitting on the market? And this indicates opportunity for buyers. So October 2024, the days on the market before going under contract was 54. Median days on the market for July 2024 was 49, and October 2023, 37. So last year, we did start to see that number increase from where it had been in 2022, 2021, It did jump to 37 days, and then over the last year, we've seen it rise again. We did see it start to drop off as we got into May, June, July, because we did have limited inventory. But as the buyers started to dissipate, we weren't getting as many buyers here over the last couple of months, we are starting to see days on the market increase. I do believe that number will start to increase a little bit more as we go through the next couple of months. However, once we get into the spring months, February, March, April, when the snowbirds are here, we're going to start to see those numbers come down once again. Closed sales. How many closed sales do we have? So October 2024, we had 323 closed sales. July 2024, 482 closed sales. In October 2023, 375 closed sales. Now, most of the months this year, going from February forward until last month, we actually saw an increase in sales year over year. However, last month we saw a bit of a decrease, and then here we are again in October, a bit of a decrease. And there's several different aspects playing into this. One is the time of the year. Number two would be the election. A lot of people are sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what happens with this election before they make their decisions to jump into the market. The other thing that people were looking at is the new NAR rules, where the buyers are overly concerned because they don't fully understand what's happening with the new NAR rules, and they have to now sign a buyer's agreement before they can even look at a house. So now they feel like they have to commit to paying a huge commission to the buyer's agent, where they're a little skittish and they're not willing to sign those documents. However, the new reality is this is where we are at. So if you do have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to explain it to you. I do have some great videos on my YouTube channel. If you just type in Barry Cessna on YouTube, those will come up. And what we're doing with our clients is we're still working with the sellers to help the sellers pay for that commission for the buyer's agent. So don't get scared. Don't stay out of the market just because you feel like you're going to get stuck with that commission. That's all going to come out of the purchase price anyways. So we're working with that. We're negotiating, but don't be concerned about that because chances are it's not going to come out of your pocket up front to make those payments. So moving on to the current trend. So October 1st, these are weekly trends. So this is the first week or the last week of September, October 1st. New listings, we had 127 new listings sold. We had 104 sold homes in that week. Expireds, we had 80 expired listings. And then we jump on down here to pendings. We had 101 pending contracts for the last week of September, ending October 1st. And then price increases, we had 12 price decreases, 210. So how are these numbers compared to where we are right now? The last week of October, we had new listings, 182. So we grew quite a bit for new listings. So we are seeing new listings come onto the market compared to where we were October, and that's in preparation for season. Sold, we actually had 137 sold for the last week of October, whereas 104 in the last week of September. Expireds, 82, we're right around the same. Pendings, 87, that dropped just a bit. And then prices decreased. People lowering the price was 227 for the last month of September, and the decrease was 210 for October 1st. So numbers, the biggest thing that we're seeing, the biggest indicators that we're seeing more inventory come to the market. We still aren't getting the buyers into the market, so that tells me that we're going to keep a tight eye on prices. However, I believe for the next few months, you do have a lot of opportunity to buy, because when most people are sitting on the sidelines, that gives the people that want to take action a lot of opportunity to find the right purchases at the right price points. Let's jump ahead. Other key numbers to be aware of for the month of October 2024. Sold price per square foot was $245 a square foot. List price received 98%. That means that they're not coming a whole lot off of the list price, but they are coming about 2% off. So prices are still negotiable. Now, with some of my clients, we've been seeing much better deals than 98%. We've been getting quite a bit more off the purchase price, just depending on the home and the seller, and how fast they need or want to sell. New listings, we had 652 new listings come to the market here in the city of Cape Coral for single family homes. That number jumped quite a bit from last month, like we talked about, and that's in preparation for season. Now, just to touch on that a bit, as we go forward, like last year, we saw a lot of homes come to the market in November, December, January, just tons of homes come to the market. And I don't think we're going to see that quite this year. We're going to see homes come to the market because sellers often wait to put their homes on the market until the next few months. And so we will see that inventory start to climb. But where we were last year, we saw a lot of homes come to the market, and I believe that's A big reason for that was because during the year prior, Ian, a lot of homes were damaged and were not able to be put on the market for season 2 years ago. So a lot of those sellers held out until season last year, and that's why we saw such an influx, such a huge amount of homes coming to the market for last year. Now we're still going to see homes come to the market and increase in inventory. It's just not going to be as crazy as it was last year. However, there will be plenty of opportunities for our buyers when they're here. Next up is months of inventory. Now, months of inventory has grown in comparison to the last several months. We're at 8.3 months of inventory, meaning if no more new homes came to the market, it would take 8.3 months to sell out our homes at the current buyer rate. Now, one of those things, or one of the indicators, or one of the challenges is that we didn't have a lot of buyers last month, so that bumped that number up. Anywhere between 4 and 6 months is considered a neutral market. Anywhere over 6 months is considered a buyer's market. And we've been flirting with that 6 months for the last several months, just above it, just below it. However, for the month of October ending, we went 8.3 months, and that's because of that higher amount of inventory starting to come to the market, and the buyers are not here catching up yet. Now, after the election, I do believe to see more and more buyers start to enter the market. However, I don't believe there will be that many buyers coming into the market until the new year. So once we get past January, we'll start to see more buyers coming in. But over the next few months, there may be a lot of opportunity for buyers here in the Cape Coral area because the inventory is starting to grow and we don't have a lot of competition for the other buyers. So you may want to take advantage. If you see a house that you like, we can definitely work to get that one under contract for you. Or if you'd like to come down and start looking before the rest of the crowds get here, I'd love to help you out and show you around the Cape Coral area. So key numbers, what's driving the market? Inflation peaked at 9.1% in June 2022. We're now sitting at 2.4% with the goal of 2% for the Federal Reserve. They want to see 2% hit. We're sitting at 2.4%. Last month we were at 2.5%, so we have dropped a bit more. Now, something that's interesting that's happening right now is November 2023 was our high point. So almost a year ago was 8.01%. That's where our highest interest rate has been in the last several years. We're now sitting at 6.88%. Now, 1 month ago when we were doing this market report, we were at about 6.26%. So we've jumped over a half a point in 1 month. I thought that they were going to keep going down, but here's what happened. They actually started coming back up again. Our target is 6.5%. We went below 6.5% just a bit for a few weeks, and now we're back above that number again at 6.88%. And some of the things that they're concerned about is still inflation. We're not at 2.5%, or we're not at 2%. Now the job market unemployment is at 4.1% and continuing to drop. That did rise up just a bit, 4.2, 4.3, and now we're going back the other way. So the Federal Reserve looks at that and they see a healthy market, they see a healthy stock market, and they're concerned with lowering the interest rates too far. So we're going to keep a tight eye on that one. I do believe that once we get into next year, those are going to start to drop quite a bit. That seems to be the consensus in the market. We should get into the 5s, hopefully. We'll keep watching for that and hoping for that, but we're going to see what happens as we go forward. As long as inflation continues to go down, we'll be in great shape. Let's jump to supply. How many homes are currently available here in the city of Cape Coral? There's currently 2,694 homes available in the city of Cape Coral, a year-over-year increase of 21%. Now you say 21%, that's incredible. That's a huge increase. But if we looked back a few months when we were doing these, talking about this year-over-year increase was like 45%, 47%. It was a huge increase. So 21%, we'll take that. We're sitting at 2,694 homes available on the market. I believe that year-over-year increase is going to continue to drop as we move towards the end of the year and then into next year. Population currently estimated at 234,000 people here in the city of Cape Coral. We've got a lot of demand here. We see people moving here every single day. Some people are moving out, but the majority are moving here, and we're seeing those numbers swell. In 6 years, we're expected to have 250,000 people living here in the city of Cape Coral. By 2050, 320,000 people. We're still having a supply issue. Now, the builders are starting to slow down a little bit, and that may lead to prices increasing as well. Cape Coral is still in high demand, and we will still continue to see people moving here for the next several years to come, which will in fact make prices rise once again. But how soon that's going to be, that's the golden ticket. But don't get caught once the market starts jumping up. Funny story, A lot of the clients that I talk to, many of the clients I talk to, they tell me, Barry, I'm waiting until after the election. Barry, I'm waiting until after the election. I want to see what happens, Barry. I'm going to wait until after the election. So if all those people that are waiting until after the election decide to come into the market and start buying, there aren't going to be any houses left because a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines waiting for the election to be over. Now, how that swings or how it goes, that's going to make people make decisions differently. But the bottom line is people want to be in Florida. People want to live here. It's warm weather all year round. It's now November. It's 83 degrees outside right now. And I could be at the beach right now if I wasn't here doing this report for you or working hard like I do often. But the beach is there waiting for you. So come on down, start enjoying this lifestyle here in Florida, especially as it gets colder and colder in the north. Is now the time to buy? Let's talk about this. Right now, if you are thinking about buying a home in the city of Cape Coral, now or in the future or near future, there are a lot of options right now. A lot of homes are going on the market. We did see an increase over the last 30 days, and that will continue to increase as we go further into the first part of next year. It is an election year right now, so there are a lot of people concerned, a lot of anxiety, a lot of people sitting on the sidelines not taking action. When people don't take action, that leads to opportunity for other people to take action and get the best opportunities. So I believe for the next couple of months, you will have a lot of opportunity. Once we get into February, March, April, we will start to see prices increase as more and more snowbirds start to come back into the market and we distance ourselves from the election. A buyer's market is currently a buyer's market. We're sitting at over 8 months of inventory here in the city of Cape Coral. That gives buyers a lot of opportunity. They can go in and find the house that they like, and a lot of sellers are willing to negotiate. Interest rates. Now, interest rates are still lower than they were over a year ago, but they are starting to increase just a bit. However, rates are still at 6.88%, which is still much lower than they were last year at this time. Buyer-broker agreement. Now, buyers, like we talked about, are concerned about having to pay that buyer-broker commission. Now, that's just not the case in a lot of situations because the sellers are still picking up the tab on that. Basically, everything is status quo. Everything's the same as it always was. There's just new documents that need to be signed and filled out. So if you're concerned about that, and you're concerned you're going to have to pay your buyer's broker agreement or your buyer broker agent a fee, we can chat about that and I can explain to you the different steps that we take to help you not have to pay that fee, because I know there's a lot of fees up front anyways, a lot of down payments, insurance, a lot of things that have to come out of pocket, inspections, appraisals. So to have money to put down to pay for your buyer broker is just not, it's not easy, it's a challenge. So we work with you. We're going to make this work for everybody and keep the market moving here in Cape Coral. Is now the time to sell? Now is the time to sell. So a lot of people are starting to see put the homes on the market in preparation for season. They're prepping for after the election. That's one of the things we've been telling our sellers is right now that it has been a challenge as so many buyers are sitting on the sidelines. However, once this election is behind us, I believe that more buyers are going to start coming into the market, and the sellers that want to sell or need to sell want to have their houses available for them to choose from. And definitely as we get into our season, the first of next year, you want to have your house on the market if you're thinking about selling, because that's when you can have the biggest amount of buyers here in the area. We always see it swell every single year. We see the most amount of sales February, March, April, and May. So if you're thinking about it, you want to make sure that your home is prepared. If you'd like to know the value of your home, what you think you can get for that, feel free to reach out to me. My link's in the bottom of the description there, so I'd love to chat with you about that. Second home market and fall buyers. So again, the second home market, people buy here in the wintertime for their winter oasis so they can escape the cold up north. They are here in the cold months. You want to have your house on the market for the cold months. Fall buyers are buying right now. They don't want to wait until all the other buyers show up, and they want to have a house ready to go for when the snow starts falling up in the north. I've heard that the snow is already falling up there in certain areas. So if you want to avoid getting the winter coat out, you want to make sure you get down here and get your home set up so you can buy and live here in Cape Coral throughout those winter months and escape the frigid cold of the north. Sellers attracting buyers. So sellers have to understand how the market's working right now. One of the things that I'm seeing with my listings is I'll have agents call me and say, Barry, is your seller going to pay for my buyer's agent's commission? And if I say no, or no, they're not sure, then those agents will take their buyers to other homes. So we're still staying pretty consistent with the sellers still putting that amount of money, that commission that's going to be paid to the buyer's broker's agent, that's going into the price of the home. So we're figuring that in, and that's getting paid by the sellers typically, oftentimes, because as a seller, you want to attract the most amount of people through it. That's how you're going to get the highest price for your home. So as long as you're attracting people to your home and you've got a great agent on your side that's going to negotiate the best opportunities for you, that's what's going to win. That's what's going to get you the best money in the shortest amount of time. So if you want to know the value of your home, you want to reach out to me, we can certainly chat about how we can get you top dollar for your home in this challenging market, because it is a little bit challenging for sellers at the moment. But we're working through those challenges and we're getting homes sold. And that concludes the November 2024 market update for the city of Cape Coral. Hope you found some useful information here. There's a lot of things going on right now in the market. Overall, I believe it is a great time for buyers to be looking at homes because prices are a little bit lower, and there's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of inventory, and more inventory coming to the market and not a lot of competition. Sellers, you're in a position where you want to definitely understand the market, be aware of what's happening, and if you do need or want to sell your home, you know over the next few months is going to be a great time to do that. So you want to be preparing your home now, understanding what's happening in the market, and we can get you on the road to success. Now, if you'd like to chat with me, I'd love to chat with you. There's a link in the description below. You can click that link. We can do a Zoom call. If you're an out-of-town buyer or seller, I'd love to help you out with that as well. Go ahead and click that link, book that call, or you're free and welcome to call or email or text me. So looking forward to chatting with you, making realty dreams a reality here in the city of Cape Coral.